Howdy y'all, we have arrived. We're at the south end of Shores Lake Loop, getting ready to hike up the east side. It is about 10 a.m. on Saturday, and it's a little chilly out here, but not bad at all. There is snow on the ground, and we are packed up, ready to go. We just did our load weights just to verify where we are. I've got a little bit of extra stuff. I'm carrying a few of the minor necessities, such as a little over ½ pound of olive oil. So my pack weight right now is at 27 pounds, a little more than I'd like it, but not that big a deal, and it feels comfortable. And so Enoch is ready. What's your pack weight?
28.
28, and it's big, but it's a comfortable pack.
It really is.
And look what's on his feet. What's up with that?
Almost crossbody.
And Evelyn's ready to go. What's your pack weight?
21.55.
That is awesome. And she is loaded out for, basically she's got 20-degree quilts. We're expecting it to get down to about 32 tonight, so everything is good. And here we are. It is sunny and snowy, but we're gonna have fun. You guys ready to hit the trail? We've got 12 miles planned for today. Let's see how we do. Onward. Well, we've done well this morning. We've been 4 miles exactly. We're at 4.05 here in about an hour and 45 minutes. So actually a little less than that. It was an hour and 45 minutes since I started the timer, but so it was a little bit less than that. So we made really good time up the mountain and stopping for lunch, having a lunch of tortillas with meat and cheese. Always a good first trail lunch. Evelyn is happily preparing her food. Enoch is happily preparing his food. And we're all taking bets on when the shoes are coming off. You don't know? You haven't made a decision yet. Everybody's nice and warm. It's like, I think it's about 32 degrees. It's right above freezing, maybe just a little above that. But feels really, really comfortable. Evelyn's already in short sleeves, and I can see the goose pimples popping up on her arms. But that's only because we've stopped and there's a little bit of wind. So we'll enjoy our lunch and see where we get afterwards. Even out here where there's no cell phone service, you can still hear the jets overhead. Still smell the burn. That looks like a wet crossing to me.
It definitely does.
Are you excited about crossing wet?
Not too much.
But a little bit?
I don't want to get too cold.
You'd almost make it. That's a tough, you can if you have boots on. Oh, those are wet feet right there. Wet feet. Evie and I lost shoes before Enoch did. He went across the water with his shoes on and they just got wet. We don't really want our shoes wet, so there's not really a way to do this without getting your feet wet. So shoes off it is. It'll be a little chilly. Looking forward to it?
Yes.
Yes, good.
I lied.
It's chilly, but it's not too bad. Yeah, I know. That's invigorating. Woohoo! as our YouTube buddy would say, "Whoo, buddy!" Yeah, be really careful right there. All right. Do what? Uh-huh. Hey, just think, they'll be nice and toasty when we get out, right? Careful. You all right? Falling. Well, we made it to camp, did right at 10 miles, just over 10.07 miles is what I was at. And so just verifying everything's good. We are here at a beautiful spot by the river. And everybody is tired and really ready to relax. With waterfalls everywhere all along the bluff. Quite nice. Had a little calamity about 2 miles back. We stopped to get some water, and as I was getting my pack back on, tightened down, it broke. So fortunately I had a hank of paracord that I always carry with me, so I use that to secure it, and I'll rig it up to make it a little bit easier to use tonight for tomorrow. And then I had wanted to make a modification to this pack to change the way the straps tighten down anyway, so now I have the excuse to do that. So there it is. Hopefully it'll last the trip and we'll get through it. But now it's time to get camp set up and start getting ready for dinner. Slow beginnings to a real fire. Your first ever time to hike 10 miles in one day. How does it feel?
Does it feel that much different?
Different than what?
I don't know.
But you were amazing.
Thank you.
You hiked the hills, you climbed fast, you slowed down at times, but you caught up quickly. You're tired, but you made it.
Just a little bit tired.
A little bit tired? You ready for another 10-mile day tomorrow? Maybe? 10 miles isn't too bad.
It's not too bad.
It's tough, but you can do it. Right?
Yes.
You got it. Good job. It's dinner time, as the old song says. Come and dine, the master calleth, come and dine. You may feast at Jesus' table all the time. He who fed the multitude turned the water into wine. To the hungry calleth now, come and dine. It's time for an amazing meal of skirka rice and beans with cheese and Fritos. It's been cooking for a while. Cooked it up, set it in the pot, and there it is. All cooking up nice and hot. And man, it looks good. I'm going to add some Fritos. That's going to be an amazing dinner. And the youngins are getting theirs prepped right now. Water's in pots, ready to go. Yeah, it's a perfect dinner for a long, hard, cold day on the trail. So I think we're going to enjoy it. Well, we hit the trail just over an hour ago. We had a straight uphill journey to make. At the beginning, we had just over 2 miles of uphill, and we made it in just over an hour, breaks and all. So that's pretty amazing. We did about 1,000 feet of uphill over the last hour. So everybody did a great job. Evelyn's afraid that she's doing poorly, but I'd say it's quite amazing, because after a 10-mile day today, and then she started off with 2 mile yesterday. Then she started off with 2 miles straight uphill today. That's pretty awesome. And now we are at the road, and the road signals the saddle, and now we get to go downhill. Right. Downhill.
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 Easy part.
Downhill. What do you think, Evie?
Happy about it.
Happy about it, yes. Because at the bottom of this hill is
Lunch.
lunch. And then what's after lunch?
Another uphill.
How far?
I'm not sure.
Don't worry about it, it doesn't matter. Where are we going after lunch?
Is it like 2 miles or a mile
up
and a
White
half?
Rock Mountain.
White Rock Mountain.
Is it like a mile and a half straight before we hit the next uphill?
I want to say it's 2 miles or something.
Okay.
Before that.
Yay.
I'll check it in a minute, but it's at least 2 miles, maybe a little more.
I bet I look like a lake.
So there we are. Beautiful, beautiful day. It is. It feels like it's probably 50 now. I mean, this is all I'm wearing is just this single layer, and I am sweating and hot. And Enoch and Evelyn are both in short sleeve shirts, and everybody's hot and sweaty. So it's beautiful, sunny. So we're really looking forward to getting to the top of White Rock Mountain and being able to hike around the rim and just see the mountains. Will be absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the next leg. Downhill for 2 miles and forward. Oh, it feels amazing. Sort of. May we say that the barefoot boy wonder is not crossing barefoot, but we're the ones that are crossing barefoot. Crazy thing is, I could almost see doing this trail barefoot,
Yeah, me too.
because it actually feels pretty good right now. Like really good. Nice spot for lunch.
Yep.
Enoch's already starting. He's eating mashed potatoes with bacon and cheese. And Evelyn and I get hummus and pita chips. Because Enoch didn't like the hummus.
Mm-hmm.
Time for lunch. And then One step at a time. Conquer the mountain. There are moments that make you wish you had the camera on all the time. This one, sitting right here, filling her water. We were here a couple months ago, same spot. She went down to the river to fill up our water filter. And I'm sitting up at the camp finishing breakfast or something, and Evelyn comes running up and running past me, running down the riverbank. And I said, Evelyn, what's wrong? What are you doing? And she's running down to the river saying, I dropped the filter, I dropped the filter. Yeah, she dropped the filter in the river. And so she valiantly saved the water filter out of the river because it had flowed from way down there where she filled up water all the way down to here. And so we're finishing up lunch, and I hand her the bags that she can fill up the filter and get us fresh water for the trail. And I hand her the bag without the filter. It just had the bag with the cap on it. And I said, oh, I'm not handing you the filter now. She said, why? You think I'd do it again? I said, yeah, I do. And sure enough, she gets down there, fills up the bag, and drops the lid for the bag in the water. So fortunately, Enoch was a brave soul who ran down and grabbed the why she would have done it, but he went and grabbed the cap. But it just proves, I mean, same spot, same place. We have one among us that is prone to accidents. So here's the next 2 miles of uphill, and may there be no accidents. And don't drop the water filter, please. Again. Heading on up the hill we go. Downhill from here, quite literally. You made it. How does it feel? That's the highest you got to go this trip. From here, you go downhill. Isn't that amazing? You don't look convinced. You will be in an hour. Another long day of hiking complete. We ended up going a little further than we planned, just over 11 miles today, and found a beautiful spot next to the river. Hear the river flowing, and the temperature is, last I checked a few minutes ago, it was 58. So should be supposed to get down into the 40s somewhere tonight, so it won't be too bad. Everybody was warm enough toward the towards sunrise. Everybody was getting real close to the edge. You know, everybody was still warm enough, but there were a few moments of shift the wrong way and you start getting cool. So tonight should be perfect, shouldn't have that issue at all. And so we are all set up We worried about setting up camp before doing anything else, just because it was getting a little later than we planned. So camp is set up, getting ready to cook. We have tonight cheesy potatoes with bacon. So looking forward to that immensely. Everybody is hungry and ready to go. So getting stuff set up, and we'll enjoy our dinner this evening before sunset. Enoch is set up here with the Enoch Draumer XL hammock. Wonderfully comfortable. He said this last night was the first night that he has slept all the way through in a hammock. He said it was the most comfortable hammock experience he's had. It's got its own inflatable pad that's good down to about 25, and it got back down to about 28 last night. So it was right there. He proved that it worked. And so he's set up there. You can see it's kind of that different shape where instead of running parallel with the trees, it runs perpendicular and kind of sets up like a bed. So it's super comfortable. It molds to your body as well as anything else. Evelyn is set up over here with a Dutchware Chameleon with a tarp from Simply Light Designs, and it's a nice setup. She's got a Simply Light Designs underquilt there that is rated down to 20 degrees. I think that 20-degree rating is probably a touch generous, but you know, down to 28 last night, and it did just fine for her. So that 20-degree might just work as long as you're wearing the right things. Now, I will add, I had an extra piece of insulation that I gave her to use in that. That's the same kind of insulation that's in that particular underquilt. So that probably helped her a little bit, which means once again that with that, I'd probably be at 20 degrees, I think is a little generous for that underquilt, but you know, down to 30, I don't think it's any issue. So she's got a nice setup there. Evelyn getting her food ready. Enoch enjoying some chips before dinner. Hey, don't let my fire go out. Get that thing going. And I'm set up over here with a Dream hammock. This is one of their older models. I don't remember what they called it. I think it's probably very similar to what they're now calling a Thunderbird. Just the way it's designed. It's an older one that I picked up secondhand a bunch of years ago for a really good price, and it's the most comfortable hammock I own, at least for me. And I've got a Jacks Are Better Mount Washington 3 underquilt that is rated for 20 degrees, and it should be just fine as well. And then on top, this is a Hammock Gear, forget what they call it, tarp with doors, I think is what it's called. You can kind of see the doors hanging off the edge there, and those could, if it was going to be storming, you could pitch the tarp with a little steeper angle, close the doors, and basically provide protection from all angles to prevent any storms from getting in. And I've got it set up right now in porch mode, so I can sit in my hammock and look at the fire from the hammock, which is kind of cool and fun to be able to see out the side like that. And you can see we've got beautiful view of the river right over the side. So from my hammock, if I go quiet for a minute, you'll hear what I'm hearing all night. Until Enoch starts breaking sticks over there. Last night I had my, you can see how this tree is right on the edge of the cliff there. Last night where I was set up, the tree was on the edge of a cliff, and well, it wasn't a cliff, it was literally on the edge of the creek that we were camped at. So the water was even louder last night, but it made for very, very pleasant going to sleep music. Sun is getting close to setting, not quite there, but everything's hidden over the hill. Just a beautiful trail. We have tomorrow about 3 miles to hike out, so we'll hang out for a bit and hit the trail whenever we feel like it, and hike a fairly easy 3 miles and enjoy the evening. So now to go eat and prepare for dark. Well, we started off, it was a nice night last night, probably 45 or so. based on the temperature I got just a few minutes ago. And everybody stayed nice and toasty. Woke up, had a leisurely breakfast, sat around sort of a pseudo small tiny fire. Tough to light because there's lots of green wood around here and not a lot of dead stuff. But had a good night, and everybody's ready to pack out. We've got about 3 or 4 miles to get back to the truck, and then it's off to get a hamburger for lunch. That's what I feel like. And they just nodded at me with big grins on their faces. So I think everybody likes the idea of a good hamburger for lunch. So heading out, enjoying our last day on the trail, and looking forward to the little bit of a hike. You don't feel tired? You've hiked almost 25 miles and you're not tired?
Hey, look at those deer. See them?
Where?
There's deer right in front of us. See them? They're running. The whitetail.
I don't see them. I heard them.
There was 2 of them.
From today, you're not tired.
See it right there?
Today was short.
No, in front of you.
Oh yeah, they're there. I don't think the camera will be able to see them.
No, one ran farther.
I saw it.
That one's right there.
I saw both of them there. I don't think the camera can see them though. Flashing their tails. Well, that was pretty much. I think on this trip we've seen an ant, a spider, Enoch caught a newt, we saw a millipede.
A mouse.
A mouse, that's right. We had a mouse trying to eat Evelyn's food last night. I don't think it succeeded. But it was running around and she was making noise trying to scare it away, and for some reason that didn't work. And the mouse didn't run away. Don't know why, maybe her voice wasn't commanding enough. She needs to work on her command presence a little more. Use your diaphragm, Evelyn. What do you think, Evelyn? Would you do it again?
I probably would.
Even with all the hard stuff?
Yep.
Enoch, I know you wouldn't do it again. Watch out. I just caught a piece of thorn with my pole.
Hey, there's the truck.
So almost there. It's been a beautiful hike. Today's the only overcast day we've had, and it's not supposed to rain till later this afternoon. So it's just a little chilly in the air.
Not bad though.
Not bad. Not bad at all. So we have arrived. Now we get to jump in the truck and endure the scent of 3 people who've not bathed in 3 days. What a joy that is. Especially with the barefoot boy wonder. But he's not barefoot. What's wrong with him? I don't know. He's disappointed us all. But the trail was good, even so. We enjoyed it. And I'm ready for the next one, aren't you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Bigfoot guard dogs looking.
Bigfoot's up the way on the left. The end of the trail. There's the junction to go east and west. And we have arrived. Enoch and Evelyn ran ahead of me. And there they are. A bunch of traffic down here. There was one other vehicle when we arrived. And now there are 4 other vehicles. Made it. Another good trail in the books. And heading out now. We're going to go get a good hamburger. Yeah. Sounds good, right?
It does.
It does.
What was your favorite part of the trip, Enoch?
I don't know.
Evelyn, what was your
All of
favorite
it.
part of the trip?
Probably whenever I got to the top of the mountains and whenever we were singing on the trail.
The singing was fun.
Yeah.
It was good. Enjoyed it. And now it's time to head home. And off we go. Dun dun dun. Go.